What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. I just wanted to make a video talking about where last month I said that I wanted to read more over the month of May, and that has paid off in dividends. So basically, over the course of this month, I decided that I wanted to focus on my Spanish in terms of reading and still do my Chinese speaking and stuff like that. And so that paid off immensely. I spent about 20 minutes a day reading, nothing too crazy. Originally, because Link, I do most of my reading in Link, and they track words read, and I thought to myself, I think I'm going to try to hit a certain amount of words read, and then I thought, well, no, I think just spending time with reading, and that way, instead of saying, oh, I've hit 1,000 words, let's stop, you have a certain amount of time, and as you get better at reading, you're spending more time versus just stopping at a certain word count. And so I decided to just read, or try to read, as much as I could. I didn't have a goal outside of I just wanted to read every day, or, you know, have a decent average. And I averaged about 20 minutes of reading a day. Now, there were some days where I would read for 40 minutes, and then another day where I would only read for 5 minutes or something like that. But I tried to get reading in as much as I could. I don't import my own podcasts or anything just yet into Link. It's specifically just the stuff that's on there. There's a couple that I listen to. There's one, Espanol con Juan, I believe, who just kind of walks around. I think the one I'm listening to, he's in Italy and he's talking about stuff. So it is whatever that one is. And then there's another one called Hablo con Pablo, I believe. And it's really cool because it's a Spanish teaching podcast. I think I've mentioned this before, and it teaches Spanish, but it's in Spanish. And I think that's pretty huge for me, like being able to listen. What is my cat doing? Listen to Spanish and learn Spanish via Spanish. And that's kind of the goal, right? That's kind of the goal to understanding and fluency, is being able to just exist in that language. But anyway, so over the course of the last 30 days within Link, I learned 442 words. Or that's not to say that I learned them to be able to recall them, but I can recognize them within context, and which is kind of the goal right now. And my total words known for in Spanish now on Link is over 4,000. And what I've noticed is, I've always heard people say that, well, the more that you know, the easier it is, so to speak. And in Spanish, I've noticed that. In Spanish, I've seen where now that almost anything that I read, like pinning the topic, let me be brutally honest with that. If I'm reading something about science, it would be much less. But if it's something I'm interested in, travel or sports, or like maybe video games or food, obviously, like stuff like that, from where everything is in context, like a lot of my vocabulary is centered around that because that's the stuff I enjoy. I can pick up a whole lot of stuff pretty quickly. My hearing's still not that great. I'll do a whole Spanish update video later on. I just want to talk about my goals from last month. But anyway, so reading the podcasts and listening at the same time. Now, the main reason that I do that is because, again, I said my listening is terrible, so I want to read it and be able to hear it. Now, I do read things without subtitles. I'm sorry, I do read... No, I don't. That doesn't even make any sense. I read things without audio, and what I did to kind of almost like get a little cheat and get a little extra reading in is I would go to ESPN Deportes, because I do like sports. I follow sports. And I thought, well, instead of trying to read everything in Spanish, and in English, I'm going to try to read at least an article a day in Spanish about sports. And from where it's something I already know about, especially since I follow stuff online and YouTube channels that talk about it and stuff like that, it's stuff that I know, so I can pick a lot more of it up in context because I already know the information. And so I do import those into Link because, again, of the built-in dictionary, and I use that, and it's worked pretty well because, like I said, I know. It's funny because, you know, learning sports vocabulary is not necessarily a one-for-one. Like in English, for example, steals in basketball are called steals, but they're called robberies or robs or something like that. It's the same technical meaning, but it's in all actuality a different word in Spanish, or maybe that's just the Spanish that's being used within this, you know, specific article. But regardless, so it's learning that concept. So it's not even that it's a steal. I have to, it's trying to realize that it's called like a robbery or a rob or a robber or something like that, which I think is pretty funny. So trying to learn that, which it's not bad. And again, from where I understand the context, I know. So I have been doing that as well. And like I said, about 20 minutes of reading per day, and that has helped. It's helped so much. And I've often said that I don't give myself enough credit for Spanish. I don't give myself enough credit for how much Spanish that I know, but it's starting to show, and to where I'm even building confidence in it, because very rarely do I come across stuff that is where there's more than one or maybe two words in a sentence I don't know. It's very rare. Again, that is with my specific targeted content. I'm not worried about knowing specific things about, like, for example, if I was trying to read about, I don't know, the invention of gravity or something like that, like, although that's something maybe down the road I would read, it's not my intention now. But as far as content I enjoy and stuff that I am seeking out, food bloggers, I watched a video the other day about a guy trying Mr. Beast burger, like, so that kind of stuff. I watched a lot of Alex Tienda and him, like, specifically the stuff he's subtitled himself, so like where he's going to like North Korea, travel stuff, sports, things like that, and reading stuff from those. It's very rare that I come across something that's not a quote-unquote +1 or target 1 or I+1 or T+2, whatever the crap the sentences are called anyway. I know those change periodically, but very rarely do I have more than a word in a sentence that's not known, and a lot of times that can even be few and far between. So it's pretty good. Would I say that I'm fluent in Spanish? No, not in a million years. Like, especially since I can't recall a lot of information. And again, once I get outside of my realm of what I'm comfortable with, it's not quite as good, I guess, obviously. But I'm very satisfied with my Spanish. When I said that I was going to start learning Spanish last year, and I would go through these little phases of in and outs, like, overall, it's worked pretty well, and especially just sticking with stuff. So again, I wouldn't say that I'm fluent in Spanish, but I do think that if I were to keep reading like I did this past month, just 15 or 20 minutes a day, I think that my understanding of Spanish would go up immensely. Well, obviously, because you're spending time with the language. And as I said earlier, I've noticed that now that I know stuff, there's stuff that I see, and from where I'm getting more used to again, my hearing is not great. I'm working on it, but from where I've heard a lot more of it over the past month, and from where I'm getting more in tune with it, I guess, like, hearing a word doesn't sound as foreign, and it's easier for me to kind of pick it up. Like, there's definitely some stuff I struggle with. Like, there's definitely some words that I struggle with, and then there's certain words that I hear and it seems like it just sticks for no reason at all. So, but I think that's just language learning in general, right? So, I think that's about it. Pretty much just reading. It's going really well, and probably going to continue to try to read 15 or 20 minutes a day. I'm going to keep working on a little bit of Mandarin as well, just because I'm having fun with it. But I think the confidence that I'm building in Spanish and seeing that, yeah, you can totally learn a language, dude. Like, you're right there. You're like right on the cusp, and I think that's pretty cool. So. Yeah, I guess I'm going to end that video here. So if you have any questions, let me know down below. I am going to make a video about using Migaku because it has also done a lot. They reached out about doing like a collaboration type of thing, and I reached out to Stevie J, said, hey, do you want to do like a sponsorship video? And I was like, well, let me use it. And he was, even in that, he was like, I'll give you a free account and you can check it out. And I was like, no, I'm going to pay for it. I want to use it myself. And I don't want to feel anything. So, but Migaku, I should say, Migaku is fantastic. I'll make a whole new video on that. That's going to be awesome because it is really cool. But reading right now is super good. I am going to try to keep this month up with reading 15, 20 minutes a day. I might branch into books, but right now I'm just having so much fun with podcasts and importing YouTube scripts and things like that, and just reading and listening to those. I'm having so much fun, and that at the end of the day is what it's about. So going to keep working on that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.